Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. This time, Vintage from Gaming Etc's monthly Vintage tournament every first Saturday of the month. Almost without fail, they have a Vintage event, which I'm always happy to take part in. Michelle's been a huge supporter of Vintage for many years, having just an excellent selection of Vintage cards and also throwing events that are well run and just a lot of fun to play in. It's a great player base over there. Always nice to make it out. And here we are in the top four, leading out with both Leyline and Bazaar Baghdad. Now, Ben and I had an epic match in the Swiss, which we actually had some technical difficulties with. This is a mobile setup here. So we actually lost what was an extremely long back and forth match. And it was really a lot of fun. Wasteland taking out Bazaar that discarded 3 Bloodghasts. And it looks like in game 1, 3 Bloodghasts is a bit of a problem for a fish deck. Now, Cabal Therapy getting cast, misstepped by Ben. And we've got a 3-turn clock from these Bloodghasts now. Now, that Undiscovered Paradise is going to allow for repeated landfall triggers. And Deathrite Shaman is going to come down and complicate things a little bit. I see a Bridge from Below in hand. Definitely going to want to get that into the graveyard somehow, if possible. Card does a lot of work. So putting Ben down to 11 here. Not quite the magic number. Bloodghast wants him to be at 10 life in order to have haste. And we'll see what's done here with the Cabal Therapy. Could Cabal Therapy myself and get rid of the Bridge. Could take a stab in the dark at Ben. A lot of different ways to go here. Just 2-turn window to stay alive. So the question is, do I want to create some more resiliency on my end? And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Bridge from Below getting discarded. Landfall coming back. So now anytime Bloodghast dies, there was going to be a zombie to replace it, and that's actually enough to draw the concession from game 1. Ben now looking to find a way to win game 2 and 3. Got to see a lot of my list in the Swiss. I mean, that Swiss match went the distance. Had probably a half-hour game with a Deathrite Shaman holding off just an unbelievable amount of work that guy did. Removing dredgers, draining life, right down to the wire. And here we go. The finals of this event, essentially. This will be our last match in this coverage. All right, so we've got Serum Powders. Keeping a 7-card hand. That's going to have Bazaar, Firestorm. A very spicy card. Along with Hollow One. The Deathrite Shaman coming down for fish here. Bazaar activates. And we see Hollow One coming in as well. So the clock is set. Wasteland taking out Bazaar. And then Deathrite Shaman eating it. See what he's going to be doing with this mana. Preordain. And Grafdigger's Cage. Solid start here. And another Bazaar like a savage right off the top. Of course, not a whole lot of value in dredging once that Grafdigger's Cage is there. Activate Bazaar again. So Wasteland for Bazaar. Top deck for top deck here. Blue decks typically do want to be finding all the answers, and so far Ben has done exactly that. He just needs to find an answer to this hollow one in the next 4 turns. Now, Deathrite Shaman can do an awful lot to slow down the bleed here. You can find a green source. Creatures in the graveyard gaining 2 life, and then eventually Deathrite potentially blocking in a third Bazaar. Rather lucky than good. Just continuing to dig and then unmask here. And again unmask Force of Willed. Making the way for another hollow one. Quite a last card in hand to have. Really showcasing the power of Bazaar. Even when the Dredge side is shut down here, hollow one coming in big time. And then Toxic Deluge. Gonna have to see what his life total is here. There's a bridge from below. I think he's still dead. No, I don't know what that card was then. Thought it was Toxic Deluge. Perhaps it was Demonic Tutor. Must have been Demonic Tutor, because that Deathrite Shaman's not tapped. So perhaps the alternate art from the dual deck. Here we go. Deathrite Shaman blocking, activating Nature's Claim. We're going to gain 4 life here. And still very near lethal. And dig through time. Anything can happen with that. Talking about a format where you could have Lotus and Time Walk in there. Yet another untap step. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. Fast mana, effective card draw. See what he can do. Jace the Mind Sculptor. And yet another Wasteland. Only 1 card in hand. Doesn't really seem useful to activate here. Bouncing that token. Bouncing that hollow one. Jace gets taken out by the zombie. And a 4-turn clock. Pretty optimistic to think that this is going to get there from here. Strip Mine from Ben. Just 2 more turns, though. Does look possible. Deathrite Shaman. And that is going to take a really long time now. I believe there's a decent amount of creatures a Deathrite Shaman could eat out of the graveyard. Dakmor Salvage finds Wasteland. And Ravenous Trap. Interesting. So there was a Dredge, and because of the Wasteland, been able to Rav Trap there. Nature's claiming his own Mox, taking the damage. Definitely plays around Gurmag Angler. but walks away from his ability to stabilize with Deathrite Shaman. We'll see where this goes. Another Dakmor salvage comes down. And Treasure Cruise. So hanging on by a thread is Ben. Drawing 3. And Time Walking. No creatures in his graveyard yet. And almost certainly wrong to dredge there. If I hit a creature, he would have been able to gain some life. A couple of blocks here from Deathrite, and Toxic Deluge is not going to do it. So that is the end of another great tournament from Gaming Etc in Acton, Mass. So thanks to Michelle and everyone there for putting on a great event. I always look forward to going there on the first Saturday of each month. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please help grow the channel by subscribing. You'll be notified when we upload new videos like Fast Effect, Double Speed Magic with commentary, or Untapped, our raw tournament gameplay. Thanks for watching.